Known as the king of the monsters since the 1950s, Godzilla is a force to be reckoned with who has clashed with humanity and giant monsters on more than a few occasions. Most of what makes Godzilla such a huge threat is his size and strength, but he also has a number of other abilities that give him an extra edge, which also largely depend on the particular movie that he's in. I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, and let's take a look at all 8 powers Godzilla has and which versions had them. Godzilla's trademark weapon is his atomic breath, which he's had since his first film in 1954, and it's been used by every Toho version of him as well as in the recent MonsterVerse. It's much hotter and more dangerous than normal fire, and an official Godzilla guidebook has stated that it gets up to 500,000 degrees Celsius, so it can easily melt through anything and do significant harm to his enemies. And did you know Godzilla can fly? Well, at least in one movie he could. So in 1971's Godzilla vs. Hedorah, not only is his atomic breath good for melting things and blowing things up, but by basically pointing it at the ground, he can use the force of the blast to shoot him in the air. So yeah, Godzilla can fly.
Hey, they're coming right for us.
Another one-and-done Godzilla power is in 1974's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, where he basically turns into Magnetozilla. He and King Caesar were struggling to beat Mechagodzilla, but after being hit by a bunch of lightning, Godzilla suddenly became magnetic, and then used his fancy new powers to reel in and defeat Mechagodzilla. In the 90s Toho movies, they said that Godzilla's cells, known as Gcells, have regenerative qualities, which is why his injuries are usually gone in time for his next battle. Those Gcells were used to create both Biollante and Space Godzilla, which is exactly what made both of them so hard to kill. We know Godzilla is filled with radioactive power, and he normally releases it through his atomic breath, but Godzilla vs. Biollante revealed that he can emit it in other ways. If he needs a little more oomph, he can charge up and release a nuclear pulse, which was originally only in the Heisei era movies, but they brought it back for the MonsterVerse when Godzilla used 2 against Ghidorah in King of the Monsters. Both the Heisei and Millennium versions of Godzilla also have the Spiral Heat Ray, an energy beam surrounded by a lightning bolt-shaped spiral that first debuted in 1991's Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It got a red upgrade in 93's Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, and it's pretty much the most powerful attack Godzilla has. He used it to defeat Mechagodzilla, Space Godzilla, and Destoroyah, as well as to save the Earth from an asteroid in Godzilla Final Wars. 2016's Shin Godzilla, or Godzilla Resurgence in the States, gave audiences a very different version of Godzilla who had more abilities than all previous versions. This Godzilla could shoot atomic rays out of multiple parts of his body, not just his mouth, and could fire several at the same time. His body was also able to adapt to certain situations and evolve as the movie went on, and after going through a few forms, including something like a giant eel, he finally resembled what most would consider a proper Godzilla. And the movie even said that if he continued to evolve, he could have grown wings, but unfortunately for those of you who like Shin Godzilla, it looks like Toho won't be bringing him back anytime soon. And there you go, all the different powers Godzilla has and has had throughout nearly 70 years of city-destroying fun. Maybe he'll get something new to take on Kong in next year's Godzilla vs. Kong, and we'll definitely let you know if we find anything out. So until then, I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.